Hey everyone, welcome to my review of Steve Jobs. This is the latest film about one of the most famous men to have ever lived and helped bring forth the technology that we love today, help define it. But we've seen this story before a few times, at least I have. In 2013, we have the standard biopic Jobs, where Ashton Kutcher played the role, and I liked the film. I thought it was okay. It was definitely a standard biopic, watchable, enjoyable for what it was, but I don't know, I think I'm alone on that one. And then a few months ago, Alex Gibney gave us the documentary The Man in the Machine, Steve Jobs, The Man in the Machine, which is one of the best documentaries I've seen all year. And now we have the Danny Boyle directed, Aaron Sorkin written, starring Michael Fassbender as Steve Jobs. Also in the film is Kate Winslet, Seth Rogen, Sarah Snook's got a small part, love her. Great actress, you should definitely look into checking out her. Hopefully she's going to be going, we'll be hearing a lot about her very, very soon. Also, who else is in the movie? Jeff Daniels. And there's a lot of people in this film. And I know I'm forgetting some people, and I apologize for that, because it's a very impressive cast. And this is a very fascinating story, especially the way they present it here. Instead of giving us the standard biopic that we've seen before, especially about Steve Jobs or anybody that's really famous, they decide to give us three parts of this man's life. We have 1984, we have 1988, and we have 1998. And the movie's 2 hours, and it consists of these three important parts of Steve Jobs' life, as he did present different Apple products and his own products as well that he was trying to get going. Oh, what's going on here? All right. So with this film, I was very excited to see it. Of course, I'm a big fan of Danny Boyle. He has made countless movies that I absolutely love. Some I like, and some, maybe one I don't really like. But for the most part, Danny Boyle is one of the best directors working. Of course, he's an Oscar winner. And then we have Aaron Sorkin, who, of course, wrote The Newsroom, the television show with Jeff Daniels that I absolutely love. And, of course, he won an Oscar for The Social Network. And then we have Michael Fassbender, who is, hands down, one of our best actors working today. And I know at one time it was going to be somebody else playing Steve Jobs. But after watching the movie, so happy that Michael Fassbender is playing this role. And yes, I knew the story structure somewhat before watching this movie, and some of the things that were going to happen, since I have seen the other films and the documentaries, though I'm not an aficionado with Steve Jobs and Apple, even though I do have an iPhone. But I just love great filmmaking. I love when they get it right. I love when it is presented in this very unique and original way this film does. The way this film does. Sorry. It's so interesting. Now, I will tell you, I love this film. It is one of the best films I've seen all year. I want to get that out of the way. It's one of the finest films I've ever seen in my life. I love drama. I love dialogue. I love characters. But I will tell you, the first act of this movie, I was going back and forth of how I felt about the movie. I didn't know what to make of it. I didn't know where this film, or what this film was really going to be about. Yes, they bring up some things with Steve Jobs' family and the situation there when he's all, he's ready to present something, change the world in 1984, especially after that amazing commercial. But I didn't really have an idea of okay, where is this film actually going? What is really going on here? What turns on Aaron Sorkin when it comes to Steve Jobs? That's what was kind of going through my head, and I didn't know what to make of it. I was just kind of okay. The movie looks great. The acting is fine. But honestly, it wasn't until the second act of the movie in 1988 where there is this scene between Jeff Daniels, who was the CEO, plays the CEO of Apple, and at one time, I believe, worked with Pepsi, his character. There's this scene that happens in the film between Jeff Daniels and Michael Fassbender that will become something that people will talk about for years to come. The writing, the editing, the music, the overall presentation of that entire scene is one of the greatest things that I have ever seen. And after watching it, I really had an idea of what this film was going to be about. Why this film was made in this way instead of making your standard biopic. It seemed like this is what Aaron Sorkin is really interested in. And that's how I felt for a very long time until the third act, where it really came clear to me what the filmmakers are really interested and why they made this movie this way. I don't want to give anything away. It's so hard because it is my favorite element of the film and the reason why I just love this film. Yes, Steve Jobs, beautifully acted by Michael Fassbender, who should win an Oscar. Sorry, Leo. I know I haven't seen you, Leo, yet, and I bet you're great in The Revenant, and hopefully you'll maybe win as well, because the Academy, you deserve it, my friend. But Michael Fassbender, after watching this movie, he deserves to win the Oscar. Because I really started to understand Steve Jobs through his performance and what he was doing. But I really like that through this major plot point in the film and where it goes, I really saw the humanity in the man. At least that's what they presented. And I realized that this film is based on a true man who helped bring forth true things. And this film talks about true stuff. And I realized it also is a movie with amazing dialogue written by an amazing writer, Aaron Sorkin. So I realized that maybe a lot of the stuff that was presented in this film probably didn't happen the way it's presented in this film. I totally get that. But I admire what the filmmakers were ultimately doing with this movie. And the last few minutes of the film just left me in awe. And I was like, that's what this movie's really about. It's not about really the things that he helped create and bring forth, the people he brought together, which is all very important, the relationship he had, which are all very important, and the dialogue that I've just all seen. But it's this right here, in the final moments of the movie, the last 15 minutes of the physical film. This is what the movie is all about. When you see it, hopefully you'll know what I'm talking about. I don't really want to give it away, but it really got to me. It brought me to tears. It reminded me why I love drama. I love science fiction. I love horror. I love fantasy. I love all that stuff. I dig it all. But as I get older, drama is really becoming my favorite genre, especially when it's presented in such an amazing way like it is with this film. The great direction by Danny Boyle, the great writing by Aaron Sorkin, the great acting by everyone involved. I would say I think Kate Winslet is great in this film. Her accent is a little off, just the way she talks. Don't know if I totally buy that, but her acting is great. The supporting cast, again, I said Sarah Snook is in this film. You should see Predestination. You'll understand why she's going to be going places someday, and I'm glad she's a part of this movie. We got her small part. And the rest of the cast, and of course, Michael Fassbender and everyone, and Jeff Daniels. Jeff Daniels, what an amazing actor. But I think someone who gets a lot of hate, or at least I understand some people that I know don't really like Seth Rogen. I understand that. He's not for everyone. It's comedy. It's not for everyone. Or at least, what you think is funny is maybe not someone else's funny. But I like Seth Rogen. I like his comedy. Yes, he misses and hits, but when he hits, it hits good. This performance in this film, I would love to see Seth Rogen be at least considered a nomination for something in the Golden Globes or the Academy. It's going to be very crowded with this movie, and definitely really crowded. It probably won't happen, but Seth Rogen gives the best performance he's ever done in this film. And I just want to acknowledge that before I conclude this review, because I don't want to forget Seth Rogen. I think Seth Rogen, yes, he's known for his comedy and doing drugs and smoking marijuana and laughing in a very unique and obnoxious way sometimes. But in this film, he nails it. He proves that he is an actor. he really acts. And I believed of who he was playing in this film. I really did. Amazing filmmaking going on here. I've talked for more than 10 minutes, and I appreciate if you're still here listening to me. In the comment box below, have you seen Steve Jobs, this film, Steve Jobs, and what did you think about it? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let's talk about it. For me, this is one of the finest films I've ever seen, one of the best films of 2015, and for that, I'm going to give Steve Jobs a solid 4 stars out of 4.
Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and share this video. And also, please check out these amazing movie websites. And if you enjoyed this review, please click here to subscribe to my channel, and also please check out all my recent reviews right here on YouTube. Have a great day, live film, find peace, happiness, and harmony in anything and everything you do, and I'll talk to you at my next movie review.